A lot of the times, people like to complain about HOAs, but I'm here to say that HOAs are a very good thing. They help protect your property value against undesirables in your neighborhood that might want to do something to ruin the neighborhood, ruin the value of the neighborhood, and the value of your own personal investment of your house. Can you imagine? You buy your house and 20 years later it's worth less. Can you imagine getting a slightly lower amount of money for a thing that you bought all that while ago? How are you supposed to retire on that? Oh, it's just horrible. But with an HOA, you can fix that. You can decide to move into a neighborhood with an HOA. And you can live in a lovely house, and you can make sure that everybody around you also keeps their house just as sparkling as your own. Can you imagine if you lived somewhere that didn't do that? Can you imagine if your neighbors had the freedoms to change their own property how they wish? Oh, that would be ludicrous. It would ruin your property value. And nobody wants to make less money. It's all about the money, really. And imagine if at the end of it all, and you sell your house one day, or maybe even give it to your kids, they'd be forced to live in a neighborhood that's just not as sparkly or as desirable. No, you must exclude all the undesirable parts of a neighborhood through an HOA, who can punish people accordingly for any of their indiscretions. For example, not cutting their lawn up to standards, or growing food. Why would they need that when we have grocery stores? Or painting their house in bold colors now. That is just unesthetically appealing. When they could instead paint it a lovely shade of neutral, and many HOAs allow a vast variety of vaguely skin-colored tones. Now, who in their right mind wouldn't want to live in a utopia like that? Not me personally. I would love to live there because it would protect the value of my home so I can make money off of it. You know, I might live there for 20, 30 years. But if I don't make money at the end, what was the point? It's just silly. And with an HOA, you can protect the value. You can protect that money. Without an HOA, you're pissing away money on stupid things like your neighbors growing daisies in their front yard. Now that would be silly. Why would you want that when you can instead have miles and miles of vast green grass and nothing else at all whatsoever? It's just absurd. And that's why HOAs are a good thing, because they make you money. And money's the important part behind everything. It's the root of happiness. Really. So, HOAs are good, and we need to stop complaining that they're bad, because they're a really good thing. They make money. And money is important and good.